Good morning, and welcome to the Team Hold NBA Top Shot Morning Marketplace. The date is June 15th, 2022. It is 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm coming to you live from New York City, and everything is down bad.
Well, the Top Shot streets are a dangerous place, so you better tune in to a credible face like this one. Yeah, this one. And you know he's not alone, and they're coming in hot. We got a Lake So Stan and a guy who really likes baseball. I don't know why he likes baseball. We got legs and a guy in a bear suit. We're making money up YouTube clips, big ticket flips. We got potential to grow. AFC's in the NBA. What else can I say? You gotta get in the know. Even Washington's inside game. Live talking flag. Why are you selling so low? Those Canadian bacon and friends. Fun never ends. Come on and get on the show. Deep hole, deep hole, deep hole, deep hole.
People are freaking out enough. Why not? Who's my money? What is happening?
This is not financial advice.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the morning marketplace. Everything is down. Everything is down. I feel like I woke up to like 72 different messages from people of all walks of life being like, is ETH worth $5 now? Who do we got here this morning? We got JJL, Patrick's here, Devlar, Jumpy, Shooty, We the People, Strictly Sports, Federico, Gnome's here, Garen here, good morning, to the house, Airplane Mode, Eagle Putz here, Real Rad Dad, Borland in the streets, Chico, John Weiss, the Top Shot Common Man, Keith's here, Norman's here, Fernandez, who else? Federico, who else? You got Keith, Joseph, anybody? Snoop, Loop, I see you, Ricky, Ricardo, Milo's here, Darky Delta, Stachunk, T. Adams in the street, Fanny's here, good morning, Regulator, Mark, Big Ticket, Jericho, Raptor News, Patrick McGuire, Veronica's here, Buenos dias, amigos. Or Dia, excuse me, Dia. Guys, it's good to be back. Listen, I'm happy to be doing some content, even though the sky is falling. We got some fun stuff today. We're gonna talk. I got a little. I think wanted to talk some basketball on the Twitterverse yesterday, the Twitterverse. So I did a little top 10 that we're going to talk about a little bit. We're going to look at the first thing we're going to do actually is look at the Jaw Crafting Challenge. Our man Jay Webb is going to come on, as I highlighted earlier, this week to talk about the new Flowlio stuff that's come on to the website. Yeah, and then let's review some content. So last night my God, last night, Watch Her Work had their show. You can check that out. We also uploaded it to our podcast feed if you're more of an audio listener, or you can go back and watch the stream. Talked a lot about Sabrina Ionescu. Greg streamed the Candy Drop yesterday, if that's your bag. Tonight, we're going to be over at Junkie. I'm not sure if we're going to simulcast it onto our channel or not. We might get a little wild. So we're going to be streaming that as well. We're going to do a little auction for Junkie. There's some giveaways involved as well, so that'll be fun. And then tomorrow, morning marketplace in the morning. And then at night, game 6, we're going to do a little playback. 89 Cavs are going to be present. Some of the Shot Tank members, some of the Team Hold members will have a good, nice hang as the Celtics send it to game 7, baby. And then Friday, morning marketplace, happy hour. We're back, okay? We're back. Lots of content for you. Anyways, let's, I keep thinking, I've been talking to a lot of people about NFT NYC, and I'm so interested to see what the vibe is going to be like. I kind of made an executive decision right now. I haven't selected a location, but I think we're going to do a Team Hold little drinky poo meetup on Monday. So if you were in the New York region, or if you're coming into town for NFT NYC, what's the date on Monday? The date is the 20th. So we're going to say June 20th at 5 p.m. at a undisclosed location, which will be disclosed soon. We'll have a little Team Hold drink, all right? We'll meet up a little bit before people go on to their next parties, and Yeah, utility, community, all of those things. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a good time. Bandy autograph signing. There we go. But only digital. He's only doing digital. Just saw the Big Dawes fake Clay video. I know. I honestly, I don't even want to talk about that again. I'm so like, everybody, like, he realizes he's doing something wrong, right? And you could tell in the video because he was like, "Oh, I thought I was just looking for the team shop. I thought I was going to the team shop." So you can't complain about getting banned after realizing you intentionally did something wrong, right? So those are the consequences for your actions. For your entire vibe and energy is to look and act like somebody else. Okay, it's not funny. It's not funny. Get your own bag. I can't believe I got banned. Yeah. You can't believe you got banned because during game 4 of the NBA finals, game 5 of the NBA finals, you walked onto the court and took jump shots walking through the team. No, that's good. I'm out. I'm out on it. Anyways, Roy's saying, I wonder. Actually, I'm just going to say this right now. I do have an agenda for today, but the energy is weird. I can feel it. I got up a little bit earlier today. I'm well rested. The coffee is already like mostly into my system. So I feel like we are going to I'm glad you guys are here because I think we're going to see something special today. Okay. That's all I'm saying. I feel like I'm ramping up right now. We're about to have a really good show. So just buckle the fuck up. Okay. Roy, we did get the details for the legendary drop. So it's going to be $999. You're going to get $200 back in Dapper credit. You're going to get and then there were 4 moments, and then you're going to get 6 or 7 trade tickets. We're going to find out the night before what the moments are. They're doing a mint reveal show that I'm sure it's going to be like Brandon Austin. And also Brandon Austin sounds like one name. And I think they should do some like Sam and Eric type Lord of the Flies shit, right? Brandon Austin. I don't know. And then Abby, maybe we get an Abby sighting as well, Abby Chin. So that's coming the night before. There we go. Yeah, and I'm sure we'll get a blog as well. All right, let me catch up on the chat. To be honest, the security guards are trash for not realizing that's not Clay. Sure. But like he also did it, right? Take responsibility for your own actions. You seem a little on edge today. The coffee's hitting. I watched this video today and it pissed me off. He didn't blur the parking lot attendants. Yeah, this dude's a piece of shit. I'm out on this. I am out on this. Rad Dad still saying 1 million TSS PQ1. Listen, this is what I will say. If this, you guys want to, this is not financial advice. This is life advice right now. If we find out that PQ1 is 1 million, I want everyone to go on the next Top Shot Spaces and ask a very specific suggestion / question for your bags, right? I want you to be like, hey, what about making Kevin Durant moments worth 2x? Ask questions like that, okay? If that's what happens. Yeah, loved Brandon Austin on Beverly Hills 90210. Exactly. I think they got to do something like that. This is honestly, I need to be paid more. That's a brilliant idea. Brandon Austin is a brilliant idea. I think we need more of that. Okay, let's get cooking. The first thing I wanted to do was take a look at Ja Morant. I wanted to look at the burning. So I know there was a lot of discourse in the Twitter streets about like how much this was going to cost. And I said this yesterday that I was like, I just don't think there's going to be 2 things. I don't think there's going to be like not a huge market for it. I just don't think a lot of the people that burned these moments to get this job were planning on flipping it. And I think we saw that, right? There's not a ton listed at this point. So I think this is, I think this was a good sign for burning in the future. And hopefully this sets the course, right? If this becomes the norm of this is how the market reacts to these burning challenges, I think this is a good thing. One of the dangerous things though, the day after looking at something and being like, see, is that we've seen Top Shot over time continue to be more of a slow bleed than like a stab, right? And we saw with the Magic moments, right? The Magic moments continue to be to trickle down a little bit, but I do think it is a good sign that it's sitting in like the 700s right now. So I'm going to pull that up right now. I just wanted to see how many are listed, and I haven't looked yet this morning. And when I went to bed last night, it was in the 700s, and I hope that's still the case. Otherwise, we can just delete everything I just said a second ago. So let's pull up Ja Morant. Ja Morant. Where are you? All right, that's got game. I thought that was it. I was like $12. Top Shot is dead. Here we go. So still sitting at 720. 720, a nice round number. I think that's good. I think that's good. Nice trim down look, Mike. Thank you. Yeah. There's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. That I can't explain right now. Yeah, so there's only sold. We've had 37 sales. 720 is the floor. How many do we have listed? 37 available as well. All right, so 37 available, and it's I think that's a good sign. I think that's a good sign. Now, whether that's profitable or not, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's profitable or not. But I think this is good because I think a lot of people out there, we saw a lot of Twitter conversations around it being like, okay, it's in the 400s. And I didn't see that happening. I didn't see that happen. I think that's a good sign. I think that's a good sign. I think one of the benefits of everything being down so bad, I think people who are making moves right now are making thoughtful moves. I think people who are still in it, right? It's less of the buy, flip. I think. And especially because we know this isn't going to be used in challenges, or it might be used in challenges. Sorry, I was confusing that with Magic. But I'm excited to see what this looks like moving forward, like how this is going to impact the other crafting challenges. Is it because Ja Morant is that good? Is it because it's a good dunk? I saw an interesting Dustin came out. I think Dustin's on vacation. I don't really know. I assume Dustin's on vacation right now. Either that or he's just standing by bodies of water a lot. He said that he thinks it would have been more beneficial if this came out closer to when the moment happening, which I think is an interesting conversation. I also think that was the plan, right? This was supposed to come out during the Throwdown Challenge, but what ended up happening was Burning was broken, right? Burning was broken. They weren't ready to go. So I think there's some merit to that, but then that makes me think of a bigger question of like, do any of these moments matter? Right? If it only matters in the moment that it's happening, do any of these have long-term value? Which, I mean, what a question, huh? What a question. Everybody talk to your therapist today after that. But seriously, right? Like if we're saying that a month later is too late or 2 months later is too late, why are we getting any of these moments? Why are we getting any of these moments? Eagle Putt says, isn't this still below cost of craft? Maybe, but everybody was saying it was going to be 400s, Eagle Putts. So I don't know how. I still think that dunk is sick. I still would like that dunk. And sure, I do think it would be better if it came out sooner than closer to when it happened. I still think it's good though. Mike says what sucks is that the Ja MGLE Series 3 lost 30% of its veil from burning. Yeah, I know. Wow, Red Dead says we are nihilist. We care about nothing. Nothing. Yeah. I don't know. Also, guys, I don't think we're doing a giveaway today, mainly because I just don't want to set it up. But if you haven't liked the stream yet, just do it out of the goodness of your heart, okay? Do it out of the goodness of your heart. But yeah, I don't know. I still think this is pretty exciting long term. I think it's got a ways to go though, right? This is the first one. I think they're going to make some tweaks. I do think they want it to be. I don't think they want Burning to be wildly profitable, just like they don't want all these challenges to be wildly profitable, right? It's supposed to be like an either or thing, right? So if it breaks even, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. I think that's good. So even if it's close, I think it's fine. There we go, Jordan. We love it. We love it, Jordan. Would be cool if you could burn for Dapper. Yeah, and I think there's going to be other ways they're going to continue to work on this, right? Maybe you burn for tickets once tickets become a little bit more, once their use case, if you will, becomes a little bit bigger. So I don't know. I thought it was good, though. I think seeing it around 720, especially after everybody on Twitter was like saying it's 400. Also, listen, this is I wanted to get into this. If your entire Top Shot brand isn't about price prediction, right? If you're not deep in the spreadsheets like our man John Boy Beats, if that's not your brand, if you don't do that, don't give me price predictions on Twitter. Because here's why. You say it's 400. Maybe you have a pretty good following. Maybe you say it's 5. I don't care what the number is, right? If you do that, but you actually don't do any math behind it, if that's not what you do, don't put it on Twitter. because then everyone else starts retweeting that shit. It's like, oh my God, yeah, it's going to be 400. But what work? Show your work, okay? Like a middle school math teacher. Show me your work. How did you get to 400? How did you get there? Show me your work. Because you create this idea that A, you've done the work, and then B, all of a sudden everyone else thinks it's going to be 400. If you don't do the work, don't fire out takes like that. That just bums me out. I think because it like starts setting a price point for people, right? Because you have a following. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right, let me catch up on the chat. Sorry. Let's see what's going on. I know this might seem like a shots fired. I just think it's a little irresponsible, in my opinion, right? Like I laid out my case yesterday as to why I thought it wasn't going to be that low. I laid out like the reason behind it. I think just throwing out a number like that, and then also saying like, why are we doing this? I don't like that. I don't like that. All right, let me catch up. Let me catch up on the chat. What did I miss? Trade tickets are going to be used for the Holo MGLE packs. Right. So trade tickets are going to be used for those blended packs. They're going to be blended plaques. Blended plaques. They're going to be blended packs. What else we got? I'm just not confident they will craft enough based on how often they use trade tickets. Well, I think they will. I think crafting. Listen, we can't dunk on them for not doing crafting enough after they do it one time, right? We need to give them a runway to figure out how to use it. All right, what else? Let me catch up. On ESPN tonight, 30 for 30, Dream On documentary. Okay, so you're just Fenny. Listen, I appreciate it, man. I haven't looked at a TV guide in a while, and I think more people need to be utilizing the live stream chat to let me know what's going to be on TV. I think that's important. Thank you, Fenny. Yeah, Ja playoff challenge reward is nearly the identical dunk as crafting Ja. So like, I saw this discourse as well that like, oh, but isn't this one cooler that's in the playoffs? You want to know why it's not cooler? Because one of them has over 8,000 and the other one, or whatever it is, 4,000, and the other one is 500. One is a common moment. The other one is a rare moment. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that conversation. I think Dustin made that point too. I disagree with that. Because I honestly didn't remember the playoff dunk, but I do remember the regular season dunk. Anyways, what else we got? Do you think crafting will involve rares as commons or trade tickets with 10% of what? I don't know what you're saying, Tom. Yeah, a lot of people saying the Ja playoff dunk was a superior dunk. Guys, I don't understand. So okay, here we go. Here we go. This is what we should do. Based on the comments I've seen so far, I don't think we should do any packs during the regular season. Let's release no NBA Top Shot moments throughout the entire season, and then at the end of the season, we'll get like a Beckett guide, and we'll go 1 through 1,000 of all of the moments that happened this year, and that's how we'll release them. We'll do it that way. Man. Anyways, Magic Johnson 499 is less than 500. I don't understand why a Ja 539 is worth more than a Ja. Because of what was needed to get this Ja. That's why. All right, what else? What else do we have? Where's Star? Somebody's agreeing with Star. Oh, no, that's what it is. Love today's energy. Yeah, we're just fighting everybody. You know what? Speaking of fighting, we're gonna wait 12 minutes, but I'm gonna bring Jay Webb on right now. What's up, Jay Webb?
What's going on, Mike?
See, welcome to the morning marketplace where shit's feisty today. Okay.
Yeah, the people are woke up and chose violence. Like,
yeah,
everyone's down bad all over the place.
Speaking of down bad, Jay Webb, for those of you that don't know, Jay Webb gave me one of the most backhanded compliments I've ever received in my entire life. I woke up, this happened late at night. I wake up to a reply from a tweet being like, Mike, this would have gotten more numbers if you were better on Twitter, basically, is what you said.
On the regular, if you were regularly better on Twitter, yeah.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
It was the Wilt picture. It was a great tweet. And I was like, man, this should be getting more than like 8 likes, but Mike's just,
So you know what I was mad about? I was at I was getting a drink when I was watching that game. I was at the bar and I thought of that tweet. And if I was at my computer, I would have photoshopped Draymond's face over it, and I would have changed the 100 to 4. And I think that would have done better. But
you got to get better on your phone, then, man. Like, most of my best memes come like while I'm on the toilet on my phone. Like,
yeah,
it's what you gotta do.
I don't think I can hang with you, man. I think you're at a higher level. You're at a higher level. Dude, before we get into some Flolio talk, how are you doing just in general? Are you also sky is falling right now, or are you how are you feeling?
I'm chilling right now. If you ever listen to our show that we do, which you should, over on the Flolio channel, we've been talking for months. Like, please take profits
Yeah.
because just a lot of stuff did not like things weren't making sense. There was no reason for a lot of the stuff to be valued the way it was.
Yeah.
And so I've been taking profits like since the beginning of the year, and so I'm just kind of chilling at the moment. Like, I'm ready to ride this thing out. I think Top Shot collectors are in a unique position compared to the rest of the NFT market, because if you were here back in February or March of 21, you've already seen your portfolio cut 80%. So this
Right.
is just like you're in your comfort zone right now. Like, oh yeah, I know what this feels like. But I think a lot of people who didn't do that are like, oh, I'm new to NFTs, and all of a sudden everything's down 70%. They're just freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, and I think
Understandably.
too, one of the differences is like when your Top Shot moments go down bad, they only go down bad times one. Where like right now, some of your ETH NFTs are going down bad times
Oh yeah.
two, right? Because you're seeing
Yep.
price undercutting to try to get liquid off of some of this stuff to like save yourself, but you're also seeing ETH plummet as well. So yeah, it's a weird way to be like, well, hey, I'm only losing 1x on Top Shot.
Yeah, right. It's it's scary for real. But on the flip side, like, you do have that opportunity once the floor prices come down and ETH is settled to, near a low point of, you got hit twice, but you can also capitalize twice when some of these things start to rebound.
Yeah.
Flow down to like $1.50. Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah.
We were buying some flow last November.
Oh my God. As I'm seeing Jonathan right now says, now I know why Mike doesn't work with people. My man is toxic. You know, my favorite thing about Jonathan is Jonathan comes in once a show and just fires off an angry chat. Once a show, just puts a sniper rifle on me, fires off one, and then we don't see him again. But I'm glad you're here, Jonathan.
Men will come talk shit on the Team Hold stream instead of going to therapy. That's a tweet right there for you.
Listen, there it is. There it is. Hey, he's not wrong either. He's not wrong. I've always thought the people around me are toxic, but maybe it's the man in the mirror. And I'll
no toxicity here.
We should acknowledge too. I unintentionally stole your Bob the Builder tweet, and I apologize for that.
Oh, that's all good.
I honestly, when you shared that, after I tweeted it out, when you shared it, I was like, oh, we both had the same idea. Who is this guy? I really did not know that was supposed to be Bob the Builder. Bob the Builder got
just
hot.
Yeah, exactly. Hot Bob Summer. Yeah, man. How was the bachelor party?
It was a lot of fun. I had a really good time. It was like the perfect level of energy for me too. Like, there was a lot of daytime activity, and as the night happened, it wound down. And that's like, I'm really good at drinking during the day. But I like to be asleep by like 1. But I will say the first night
by
that
1? That's late.
Well, no. But like, if I'm going out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but the first night we were out until like 5, and that like fucked me up for 2 weeks. But it was a great time. I had a really nice time. And it was funny, everybody, because somebody said this in the chat the other day, like, or how many times is Top Shot gonna get mentioned at your wedding? And I was like, dude, it's not even one time. And I was with Greg that weekend, and Pete Overzet, and I feel like there's somebody else who's also in the space. And I was like, it didn't come up one time.
If you were really dedicated to the content game, you would get married in Vegas during Summer League. Like, you'd have Jeb throw on an Elvis outfit and like marry you guys at half court during a Summer League game. That would be the content play.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe that is what NBA Top Shot is planning, because we still don't know what the Summer League plans are. So maybe that's what they're doing. They're working with my family and Kelsey's family to see if they'll allow it.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Are you making your way out there?
I am not. No.
Yeah, you're a dad now. You can't be doing shit.
I know. I am. It's awesome, but it's definitely a big time commitment. Loving it. Kid's doing good.
At least it gets you out of NFT NYC, though, right? Like, you don't even have to think about coming to that.
Yeah, I'm not going to NFT NYC. That's gonna just be one big therapy session. Like, it's I feel like people are already fired up going into it, and they're just like, everyone's gonna be down bad, taking advantage of that open bar. Things could get sloppy and ugly in a hurry.
Well, I think my favorite thing is like, no one can pivot from what their plans were, right? Because you're like locked into contracts and stuff. But there is something that like the dog in the house on fire meme of just like, yeah, we're gonna go to a Ja Rule concert, or like, yeah, I'm gonna watch David Blaine do some magic while this is now worthless. And there is something
Yep.
really funny about that. All right, let's chat about Flowlio a little bit. You reached out earlier this week saying you guys have some new updates. And for those of you that don't know, we talk about it every day, but you can see our info for Flowlio right in the show notes. You can check it out. It's a fun way to manage your portfolio. But the thing that I love the most about it is the browser extension. I think that has been, you can see how down bad everything is in real time on one page.
Yep. It's great. It's so great. Yeah, we were talking about like ways to get people on the site, and I was like, hey, let's not point people towards portfolio value right now. That's probably the wrong thing to be focusing on at the moment. But we do have, we've made some improvements all across the site, like with NBA season winding down. NFTs, I still think a lot of these NFTs are going to zero. Like, I don't know if you guys were paying attention the last few weeks, but literally, like, there was a week where it's nothing but poop NFTs, quite literally, where like what was trending. It was wild. But there's still, I think, a lot of potential with some of these higher quality ones, and they've fallen down to, I'm not going to say a cheap price because that would be ridiculous, but a more manageable price compared to where they were. So I'm just going to do like a quick screen share. I'll keep this, keep this short. Like we've made improvements on the individual collection pages. So like I was looking at Clone X earlier because I want to have some exposure to Nike, and we have some UI updates here. We've started improving our charts, our unique owners chart. We can go all the way to the all-time numbers, 6 months, 1 month, whatever. We've improved our, charts for trading volume. So you can kind of look big picture at that. We have, all of these floor price ones, listings across different price ranges. So if you're looking at actually selling and you want to list, you can take a look at that. And then on the side of the browser extension, which I know, like you said, you're a big fan of, one thing that we've added recently that I haven't seen on other ones is the ability to filter by rarity on the page. So if we go here, there's this button right here that isn't normally on OpenSea. So we can go to the rarity filter page. It loads. It'll show you by rarity, and then you can filter within your price range as well.
Ooh, that's
so if you want to look at floor with a max spend of 12 ETH, it'll give you, okay, well, that's not great. So we'll fix that. But normally what would pop up would be that you can see, the highest, the best rarity within your price range.
That's awesome.
So
I think
there's,
sorry,
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I think like anything that simplifies, your searching, especially on OpenSea, I think is like such a needed feature. And so it's cool to see you guys building that instead of OpenSea doing it themselves.
Yeah, right. So we're constantly putting new stuff out. We should, the fair market value portion of it is really tough, and just constantly having to figure out, how that's going to work is pretty challenging. But I see there big ticket saying we still love the PERS. We got all your PERS data as well. So if you're looking to buy a PER, more than happy to point you in the right direction there. But it's a lot of stuff is improving. We're taking as much feedback as we can get and implementing it as quickly as possible to continue to help with the experience, because we're going to still see new projects come out that are going to be worthwhile. We're going to see a lot of stuff go to zero that isn't worthwhile. But I'm still a believer in NFTs long term. Maybe that's just me being a psycho, but it is what it is.
Do you are you guys are still doing the weekly live show too, right, on Fridays?
Yeah, we're doing, so if you subscribe to our channel, we're putting out like 4 videos a week right now.
Oh, wow.
We're doing like a Friday live show. We're doing a few shorter, like 3 to 5 minute clips around, what Dan and I, my co-host, are doing on a regular basis in the market, because, I'm still staying active, focusing on adding to my portfolio where I can, reducing where I feel like is necessary. But if you follow the Flowlio YouTube channel, we're putting out a lot of content.
I just shared that into the chat too, if people want to check that out, the Flowlio YouTube channel.
Appreciate it.
That's awesome that you guys are still firing out that content. Yeah, one other thing too that we can chat about before you go. what are your thoughts right now about new stuff continuing to come out? Like, do you is there a part of you that's like, I think people should just like pump the brakes a little bit, or is there should projects be reevaluating how they're coming out just because of like the timing of everything, or do you think it still should be business as usual with it?
I mean, projects have definitely paused, which I think is probably the right thing to do right now.
Yeah.
It's tough because a lot of them, when you're building out, your spend and you're trying to figure out how you're going to run this project, you have to figure it out in dollar terms,
Right.
right? Like you can't spend ETH on everything.
Right.
So, with payroll, things like that, you have to figure that out. And so it's tough if they've already announced a price and then ETH cuts in half and then they got to be like, all right, we got to double the price of our NFT now because we have to pay our people. We got to take care of this. It's also been, you see on Twitter, like everyone's like, oh, it's okay to be anonymous and decentralization, blah, blah, blah. But, we're seeing that a lot of projects are run by inexperienced people
Mhm.
and a lot of rumblings of some of these NFTs that didn't convert like their Ethereum to like USDC and are running out of money now because they weren't, thinking ahead and they had bad advice or no advice at all. So it's really now it's more important than ever to kind of have an understanding of who's running the project, if they have experience, if they have strong people advising them, because we're going to see a lot of these projects are going to be, illiquid very soon because of how bad ETH is.
And I think that's like a big thing when, when people are out there saying like a lot of these things will go to zero. I think I don't think it's about like, oh, this project's stupid or like NFTs are dead. It's not, it's more, I think, of what you're speaking to right now, where it's a lot of people who are, as Dustin would say, in their college dorm room right now, cooking up a project, which not to say that they can't, but by not surrounding themselves with this is going to be a buzz term here, the infrastructure to be able to like maintain and sustain a company like that. I think that's what we're running into right now. And so, I think you're right.
You need to have the creative minded person. You have to have a business minded person. Like it can't be just one way.
Yeah.
There has to be some balance there. And we saw it like with Cool Cats. They came out hot. They had a great artist who was really popular before, but they didn't have the infrastructure to really, grow that thing properly. And so there's been a ton of issues in the last few months with it.
Yeah. Do you have any fun like Top Shot takes or Top Shot predictive things or anything that you're excited about? Because I think the last time we talked, it was like J Webb's bags are packed, and we're like, we'll see what happens.
I'm still chilling on my Nuggets bags. I'm I've just been enjoying watching the playoffs. Like this series, the finals have been fun. It's like you were talking about, like there hasn't been like a close game. Like hasn't every game been decided by double figures? Like there hasn't been like a come down to the last possession kind of game, which I hope tomorrow night's is. But I've been paying a little bit of attention to Top Shot, mainly just enjoying basketball before we're into the dead days of baseball only until football's back.
Do you know I watched a baseball game last night? I think it was the first time I like sat down
on television.
Yeah. To be fair, I had like the Red Sox were playing the A's, and I was like, I haven't watched a baseball game. Kelsey was doing their watch our work show, and I was like, you know what? We fired up a DraftKings lineup and stacked my favorite team, which is the fishiest way to play. And I got to tell you, I'm not ready for baseball only.
No one is.
No.
Except for Dunbar, but
Dunbar has been baseball only for like 4 months already.
The countdown is on to football season.
I know.
We're less than 100 days. Let's get it. I'm so excited.
Great. Football season, free agency season for NBA. That's always fun too. All right, J Webb, I'll get you out of here. But I appreciate you coming on, man. Everybody check out Flolio. I know the link is in the show notes, but I'll share it again in the chat as well. And also
link that account. We're trying to get, as much feedback and data as possible to try to help this better. So you don't have to connect your wallet, just paste your address. It's free. It's 100% free. Browser extension is free. Check it out. It means a lot to me, and I will be deeply indebted to anyone who signs up and provides us a little bit of feedback so we can make the site better.
And I'll say too, like anytime I've had any issues, your team is like super responsive and are willing to like work you through everything. So shout out the Flolio team. Good people over there.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate you having me on.
Yep. Looking forward to stealing more tweets, J Webb.
Take it easy, buddy.
Shout out J Webb and Flolio team. We love it. All right, what did I miss in the chat here? Yeah, we get the drafts coming up next week too, which is kind of fun. Ready for the Scott Foster game. I know we are getting Scott Foster very soon, very soon. All right. One of the things I wanted to talk about today was, so I fired out some takes. I fired out some NBA takes yesterday, and the response has been kind of interesting, and I'm curious what the chat thinks behind it too. And I should say, like, before we get too wild on this list, like this list, you can pretty much do whatever you want. Whoa, 2 people actually burned a LeBron throwdown. Wow, that is wild. That is wild. And one of my favorite parts about getting into the offseason is we get to really dig in, because I have to like stretch for basketball content instead of just like reacting to what happened the night before. So we'll do, one of the things I'm excited about with the offseason is doing like breakout performers, who to buy, not buy low, but who to look at to jump up this year, who might take a step back. But the first thing I wanted to do was I'd been asked a couple of times, once on the Club Top Shot stream, and then a friend of mine too, my current top 10, my active top 10. And of course, like, everyone's like, LeBron, dude, second best player of all time. I know. I'm talking about current top 10 right now. So this is how I had him. I had Giannis, Luka, the Joker, KD, Steph, Embiid, Tatum, LeBron, Ja, and Jimmy Butler. And what I'll say first is, like, I think that top 6 is like a cemented top 6. You could make a case. You could say, like, a lot of people were like, Jokic should be higher than Luka. I think that's fine. A lot of people said like Embiid should be higher. And originally, if I'm honest, I had Steph 5 the whole time, but my original list had Embiid 4 and KD 6. So, like, I think that could be all over. And then I think there's a little bit of a drop off. And then I think I feel comfortable. Like, I was going back and forth with somebody on Twitter today that just being like, how do you have Tatum on that list after the playoffs he's had? The Boston Celtics are in the NBA Finals, right? So worst case scenario, they finished second. They finished second in the entire league. Tatum has gone through KD, Giannis, and Jimmy Butler. Sure, he's got the most turnovers in all time. He's going to finish like top 15 of points scored in a single playoff run, right? Like, Tatum is required to do so much. We don't have a traditional point guard. He's one of their playmakers now. Like, to not include Tatum, I thought was a little wild. But yeah, Mike Settleman. There we go. Farming season, baby. I see you, Red Dad. I see you. Stephen A. I did see Stephen A. putting AD over Luka and Jokic. That was wild. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of like this. I liked sitting down and thinking about it. My biggest thing is, I think after like 7 to like 20, I feel like is pretty much a toss up. The fact that I like didn't know who to put 10. And so Jimmy Butler kind of was just like there. And I think that's a little bit more recency bias. Jay Bus was saying, I was going to say AD top 7. So here's the thing, right? Like, AD and Kawhi probably should be on that top 10 list, right? We just haven't seen anything from them in a long time. Now, a lot of that's like injury related, but Tatum was pretty bad. I mean, AD was pretty bad this year, even when he played, right? So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at with the top 10. Yeah, I don't know. Any other thoughts? Anybody that was like an egregious miss? Butler at 10 is a take. I know. I agree. I think like if Butler's also like his numbers would have been a lot higher this year if he didn't miss so many games. Wasn't Booker in your top 5 2 months ago? No, he was in my top 5 my MVPs, but he wasn't in my top. He wasn't in my top 5. You know, top 5 MVP for this year, sure. Booker 10. Yeah, you could make a case for Booker. That the way that Phoenix season ended was so weird. I just left a bad taste in my mouth. But yeah, Booker's there. Booker's right in that class, though, to me, of like Ja, Butler. Who else am I missing in that? Ja, Butler, LeBron. Right there, Kawhi. Like, I think all that's like a pretty jumbled up thing. I think what's like so exciting is how many good players we have in the league right now. All NBA MVP candidates should be top 10. Yeah, sure. I get it. I think that's a take. Yeah, there's different lists. MVP is different than top 10 active players right now. in my opinion. Yeah, I put Booker with Tatum. Yeah, sure. Booker's right there. I think Booker's right there. Is this who you draft first right now? Yeah, I think like to me, and that's why someone had asked why Luka headed Jokic, and that was kind of it, right? Like I feel like if I had to take one to start a team and go, that's how I would do it. That's how I would start. I would start with Luka. Oh, here we go. Now compare that list to the Top Shot market cap. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let me go over to Own the Moment. Own the Moment, the official sponsor of all things Team Hope in the morning marketplace. I'm gonna pull that up first. I know we kind of did this yesterday, and this is just my list, guys. I'm not saying this is right. I'm not saying this is right at all. Wait, what happened here? What happened? Hold on. 1 second, boys and girls, or however you may identify. All right, here we go. Let's look at the base set. Do I have the low ask fired up? There we go. All right, let's see. Here we go. Win MVP twice in a row recently, and that'll happen. What'll happen? Why Jokic ahead of Steph? Oh, that's yeah. Where do you put Trey? I mean, Trey's probably like closer to the 18 to 20 range for me. I'd have to like really. I think what I'm gonna do is like create a top 100. I think I'm gonna put some work into that. Why isn't PJ up there? Hey, T Adams, let me tell you this right now. PJ Washington is going to be a buy low for me in the offseason because they've got Kenny Atkinson over there. PJ had a really good year this year, and I'm ready.
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
There we go. Oh, yeah. And yeah, everyone's joking about the Tatum tweet about Jabari over Wiggins. I know. I mean, that was in 2017, right? When Wiggins was trash. So keep that in mind. All right, here we go. Let's take a look. So, you know what's tough about doing this, though? What's tough? Wait, Jokic is 7 years younger than who? Who are we talking about right now? Who are we talking about? Steph? Are we talking about Steph? Wait, hold on. I just like Kyrie, but he might scratch top 10. A lot of people mad about the Booker thing. Guys, I'm not out on Booker. Booker's right there in that list. But tell me right now, would you rather have Booker than Jason Tatum? Let's do this. Would you rather have Booker than Jason Tatum? How many people would rather have Booker than Jason Tatum? Put that in the chat right now. Put it in the chat right now. Or would you rather, and like second, would you rather have Booker than Ja Morant? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Would you rather have Booker than Ja Morant? I guess like you could say the Booker Butler case is the best one that you've made, but we've never seen Booker do what Butler did in that Eastern Conference Finals. So yeah, and this is the other thing, right? All NBA incorporates how much they played last season, not who is best right now, which is the same thing of what I'm saying about MVP as well. So I don't know. So people, yeah, I don't know. And again, I love Devin Booker. I'm a big Devin Booker fan, but he's behind Ja and Tatum. And honestly, like, I don't know. I mean, what Butler did was like pretty special. Again, yes, he is older. I'm not saying I want these guys for the next 20 years. I'm not saying that. I want them to start next year, right now. If I need to play a game right now, that's who I'm taking in that order. But yeah, so Booker over Butler is a very good case. I think Booker is 11. And honestly, if Kawhi comes back in healthy, it doesn't matter because both of those guys are outside of the top 10. And then Austin Reeves. We did forget about Austin Reeves. All right, let's go back to Rad Dad's question. The thing that's tricky about here, though, is they're not talking when you look at this, right? You have to take in historical things, right? So like LeBron going down as the second best of all time. I think where it really gets interesting, though, is like the Jokic Tatum, I think is pretty a pretty interesting conversation. Wait, who else am I missing over here? Let me look at this. So like Giannis, Luka, like Jokic probably should be a little bit more expensive. I think when you look at that, Jokic should be more expensive. Embiid is the one that's absurd. Embiid is absurd. Embiid right now, look at, we're going to scroll all the way down to Joel Embiid at 169. Here are the Top Shot debuts, the Series 1 moments ahead of Embiid. Trae Young, Russell Westbrook, Ja has 2 moments ahead of Embiid. Curry has 2 moments ahead of Embiid. Jamal Murray, Draymond Green, Vince Carter, Anthony Davis, Chris Paul, Donovan Mitchell, Jaylen Brown, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who I love, Dame Lillard, Fred VanVleet. Now, I know that, what's it called? Like circulation is hard because there's way more Jaws. I mean, way more Joel Embiids than the other guys. All right, what else? If Jaylen Brown could dribble, I might take him all over. Yeah, but he can't. That's the thing. Booker got the skill to score 70 in a loss. I know. I do. I mean, again, I do like Booker. I'm not like anti-Booker, but you can only pick 10. There could only be pick 10. All right, what else we got? What about Dame? So there's a lot of conversation around Dame. Guys, I know Dame was hurt this year. He looked really bad. He's getting up there. I hope he bounces back. I would love to see Dame in this conversation, but for me, he's not. All right. He's saying go to the players tab, look at market cap. All right, let's see. Where is that? Players tab. All right, players. Look at us. You guys showing me how to use this website in real time. Proud of you guys. Proud of the work everyone's doing here. All right, here we go. How is this filtered right now? Oh, by market cap. All right, so there we go. So you see Derrick Rose up there. But again, this is kind of tricky too, though, right? Like, because you've got a couple cosmics in there that throw things off. Like the Derrick Rose one doesn't really make a lot of sense. Embiid won't make the Hall of Fame. What kind of take is this? Man, Arciak is going to lose his mind at this take. He really is. He's going to be so mad. He's going to be so mad. All right, but let's keep looking at it. So you can see D Rose, LeBron, Ja, Steph, Giannis, Luka. LaMelo being ahead of him is hilarious, or being ahead of any of them. Tatum, Jokic. But this isn't too crazy, right? Outside of Derrick Rose being up here. Like the LeBron, Ja has such a high number too because of those rookie moments, right? When Top Shot started with Series 1, it being his rookie year helps him a lot. Then you got Steph, Giannis, Luka. Luka's interesting because I feel like his Top Shot debut sucks. Like there's no story behind it. Patrick McGuire pointed that out to me recently. I kind of agree with that. LaMelo is boring in my opinion, but there he is. Zion is up way too high. Tatum. And then Jokic makes sense. KD in a weird spot, right? Because he doesn't really have a Series 1 moment outside of that run it back. And then you got Ant Edwards, Chris Paul, James Harden. Harden is such a man. We're going to see like some real Harden. We're going to see a real Harden drop off, I think, in the next couple of years. And I don't mean talent-wise, although we might see it talent-wise as well. I'm talking more on Top Shot. I think that's going to be I think that's going to happen. I think we're going to see a little bit of a drop. No Durant exposure. No, I don't have any Durant exposure right now. I did have some playoff moments. I just think the Durant thing, like what moment would you want, Rad Dad, right? If you're not buying the MGLE, I think his MGLE is good. All right, what's happening, dude? I mean, if your take is Derrick Rose will make the Hall of Fame and Joel Embiid won't make the Hall of Fame, dude, everybody pass. Puff, puff, pass, my friend. Puff, puff, pass. Is Chris Paul going to retire soon? I bet we get one more Chris Paul year. Yeah, the MGLE is the only KD moment that, like, unless you're going after the run it back, but the run it back is kind of, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough right there. I don't know, but I'm excited to like especially as the NBA Finals ends, we're going to do some draft preview stuff. We're going to do the draft on playback. And then I'm excited to dig into some offseason things about players. So look forward to like under the radar. I mean, you guys already know how I feel about the Denver Nuggets, but I could see the Denver Nuggets starting off real hot if everybody's healthy. Under the radar move is The Nuggets traded a pick and JaMychal Green for 2 picks from the Oklahoma City Thunder, but more importantly, it freed up some cap that gives them a trade exception. And I think Denver's getting ready to make a move or two. And I'm excited to see what Denver does this offseason. And I could see them starting off like really, really hot. So that's going to be fun. I also think, again, we'll save some of these takes, but the Warriors are going to come off maybe a finals win, at least a finals appearance. I think there's going to be a lot of focus on Draymond, Steph, Clay, and Wiggins. And I think there's going to be some fun Wiseman, Kuminga, and Moody speculation moving forward. I think that's going to be fun. Yeah, J-Bus, seeing where Levine lands is going to be interesting. I think Levine ends up staying in Chicago, but the Rudy Gobert stuff is heating up too. Atlanta and Chicago seem to be circling Rudy, so I think that's going to be fun. A lot of good stuff coming. I know, right? Everyone forgot about Wiseman, and I feel like, I don't know, he could be an important piece moving forward. Who knows? All right, anything else? What else you guys want to shoot the shit about before we get out of here? Reminder, tonight we will be on Junkies. We'll be on Junkies. You can find it on my God, on our Twitter, you can find that. Oh yeah, Ayton is intriguing too. Ayton, it sounds like, will land in Atlanta. We also are slowly going to get the information about what's going on with the Phoenix Suns organization from the top down, and I think that might do some stuff. Where does Mitchell go? My hot take is Mitchell stays. I think Rudy is gone and Mitchell stays. Do you watch The Boys? You're damn right I watched The Boys, Milo. It's been great. And The Peaky fucking Blinders came out. So I started watching that yesterday. What else? Bo Cruz top 2. Man, that movie was so good. I loved that movie. Ayton to the Pistons, says Fernandez. I actually think that one's kind of fun. I don't hate that take, especially if it's like Jeremy Grant or some shit. I'm excited for what Detroit's going to do, but Detroit better not move their pick for that though. I hope they don't move their pick for that. We get the draft next week. What else? Ainge is going to want a fortune for Gobert. I mean, so the Chicago deal that was getting rumored for a little bit was Vucci Main, Patrick Williams, and Kobe White, which I think is, I don't know. I mean, Kobe White seems like a fine role player, but that seems about it. Vucci Main, listen, guys, that trade is going to go down as a bad one. I don't care what anybody says. That trade is bad. Orlando Magic might be fun, too. That's going to be a fun team next year. You got Suggs, Wagner, and then whoever they take number 1, which I'm assuming Chet Holmgren. But who knows? Who does Sacramento take at number 4? A bad pick, probably. Whatever Sacramento does, it's going to be an L. Kangs, it's going to be an L. There's been a lot of, it depends who go, like, I don't know. I really don't know who Sacramento is going to take. I could see them trading back. I don't know. Yeah, that termite scene was crazy. Is Cole destined to be a former Magic? Yeah, I think so. Cole's gone. I'm out on Cole. Ooh, we got some beeping on here. I'm out on Cole Anthony, guys. I am. I think he's fine, but I don't love him. Weak draft classes? No, Rowdy Rod. I think the top 3 are going to be very, very good. I think 4 through 7 is going to be like solid. I think there's a lot of really good players in this draft, actually. I think it's going to be a fun one. I'm sorry, Jimmy Peacock. I know I didn't mean to shit on the Kangs, but there you go. Fernandez says they're working out Jeremy Sokin. So my tinfoil hat says they're trading back. Yeah, that would be my guess. All right, gang. A little bit more of an abridged version today, but your boy is busy today. So we get a busy day. Come back, check out Junkies tonight as we do our NBA Top Shot auction. Their first one on their platform. We're going to be doing it. Also, they're doing a couple of giveaways. Tatum rare moment as well. I think it's a throwdown. So come for that. Make sure you join the Discord. Remember, tomorrow we're watching game 6 together. So come hang out with us during game 6. Tommy, I almost banned you for this. Hope everybody has a good day. Stay safe out there. Stay safe in those streets. We're out.
Well, the top shot streets